This is Jed Disler, and welcome to the Piano Maven, your friendly podcast guide to piano recordings. Please consider taking out a subscription to the Piano Maven, and you can find a link to do so in our episode description. Since we've been talking about former Van Cliburn competition contestants on the past few episodes, like Kate Liu and Stephen de Groot, I thought that I would focus today's episode on one performance in particular from the recent 2025 Cliburn competition, which I covered both online and in the hall for Gramophone magazine and a daily blog. I had been expecting the 26-year-old Russian pianist Philipp Lynov, who made it into the finals, to take one of the three top final prizes, but the jury had other ideas. Anyway, I was especially taken with Philipp Lynov's performance in his semi-final round recital of Maurice Ravel's piano cycle Miroirs. This was an incredibly beautiful and very refined interpretation. And I've posted a YouTube link for the performance, which you can very readily access. Although Philipp Lynov has a rich and colorful and full-bodied sonority, he still manages to play Ravel with breathtaking transparency and with a boundless palette of tonal shadings. The opening piece, Noctuelle, is a great example of what I mean. But when I was listening to Oiseau Triste again, that's the second piece, the scampering birdsong effects are anchored by a stronger bass presence than I had noticed at first, and these very clear left-hand chords that never weigh the upper register textures down. It's a very beautiful performance. And speaking of texture, my goodness, what smooth continuity and three-dimensional perspectives Lynov achieves in Un barque sur l'océan. This is just a glorious performance of this piece. And he plays Alborada del Grazioso to perfection. His tempo allows the rhythms to completely lock in. He doesn't go for super speed the way a lot of competition pianists do. And because of this very smart basic tempo he chooses, the differences in détaché and legato articulation really register. You know, so many pianists treat this music like an Olympic event, and where the repeated notes are the big show-offy kind of highlight. Yet here, the repeated notes are perfectly placed, but they're integrated into the whole, and they are as much about character as they are about technique in this performance. Now, in my original blog entry for Gramophone, I wrote that it was possible that Lynov was not playing softly enough in the final piece, La Vallée des Cloches, but that was based on hearing it online with headphones at 4 in the morning or whatever time it was in Milan. So I was kind of fatigued, to be honest. And I wish I had heard this in the bass performance hall, because then you could tell how all the various levels of piano and pianissimo and triple piano were layering and congealing in a concert hall environment. But I played this performance again through my stereo system loudspeakers, and it gave me much more of a sense of being in the hall, and it seemed a little more three-dimensional and dynamically appropriate on my loudspeakers. So, I heard it in two different contexts, and there you go. Now, also, if you watch the video, look at Philipp Lynov's hands up close, and he's exerting himself with the utmost physical economy, as if he knows what the upcoming phrase is going to sound like before he actually plays it. So do check out this gorgeous performance of Ravel's Miroirs by Philipp Lynov from his semi-final round recital preserved on video from the 17th Van Cliburn International Piano Competition, and you will be glad that you did. This is Jed Disler, and you've been listening to The Piano Maven, your friendly podcast guide to piano recordings, and we will explore some more memorable performances from the 2025 Cliburn in future episodes. So watch this space. As the cliche goes. Take good care.